Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Thursday night's good night meditation session. Hope everyone is having a good day. And we'll take these next 10 to 15 minutes to come to a conclusion of the day and connect to that inner being. The topic for today is the true self. And normally when one asks us who we are or to introduce ourselves, we typically will start with our name and maybe our title, the job that we're performing, or the family we come from, possibly our culture, our nationality. Maybe the roles we play, such as a parent or a child or a teacher, etc. But in reality, all of these aspects are part of the character that we play in a story. And that story is one of possibly close to 8 billion stories that are being played out simultaneously in the world that we call, in the physical world that we call the earth. And some consider this as a story that's playing out on a stage. And like all stories, they are temporary in nature in that they have a beginning and an end. And consciously or subconsciously, we are aware of this. And so that brings a certain level of insecurity because of this temporary nature of this character. But behind this character is this true self, the inner being that is itself an immortal, eternal being that has no beginning and no end, that existed before coming into this form, physical form that we call the body, and will continue to exist after this body no longer exists. So, in looking at this a little deeper, we'll spend some time to go inwards and see the truth behind this immortal being. So, as with any time we're meditating, make sure that we are in a place where there is some quietness, possibly, and a place where there's less distractions in the beginning, especially. That's helpful. In this meditation, we practice sitting or with our eyes open gently, if possible. So sitting with your feet on the floor, we'll first check that the body is relaxed and alert. Taking a deep breath, and as you inhale, we'll start focusing on the feet and feel the pressure of the feet on the floor. Exhale. Relax the feet. Wiggle the toes if you need to. Taking in another deep breath, bring our attention to the lower legs and tighten those muscles a little bit. And as we breathe out, relax the legs. Taking in another deep breath, we focus on the back and tighten those muscles. As we breathe out, we relax the back. Inhale again and tighten the shoulders and the neck area. And as you breathe out, relax the shoulders. With this next breath, we will tighten the face and jaw muscles. And breathing out, relax the face. And now we bring our attention to the area behind the eyes and focus, if it helps, on an image of a sparkling star, tiny star, sitting behind the eyes. And this conscious living being is using the eyes to see, is using the ears to hear. And this being can also feel the sensation of pressure of the legs against the chair. So taking a moment to become completely aware of the surroundings, feeling the temperature of the room, letting go of the past and the future. Take one more deep breath and check that the body is alert and fully relaxed. Now becoming aware once again of this observer behind the eyes. We take a perspective from a distance, like a helicopter view, looking down on the self or the body, observing the scene from above. And this being is not limited by the physical restrictions of the body. And just by tuning in to this observer, it's like reconnecting with an old friend that we have not met or connected with for a long time. Familiar, but distant. And just by paying attention, one can tune in to that silence and stillness of this inner observer who is distinct and separate from the character and the costume. And just this awareness itself shifts the feelings that are associated with the chaos of the story and the character and its roles and responsibilities to a space of freedom beyond the story, beyond the character. There's a freedom of experiencing the eternity of this being on a journey through the physical world. A traveler, a guest in this world, a guest in this body. And this gives the experience of being light. There's no heaviness or burden for a guest. There's a lightness and joy of exploring and experiencing something new every moment, open to the possibilities. Like a child, open to the wonders of the world. Its higher self. This conscious being has an inner world that is filled with possibilities. But at the same time, holds a feeling of security and safety and constancy. And from the space, when one can hold the awareness of eternity, And at the same time, each moment is new. Each moment is something to look forward to, unpredictable. There is this balance that makes the exploration fun and enjoyable. And the more time we take to come into these experiences and to go deep into the experiences of each aspect, whether it's the peace of silence and stability, or the joy of exploring and experiencing something new. As long as there's interest and determination to make reconnecting with this higher being a priority, there can be added quality in every moment. So taking another deep breath, we come back to the awareness of the body and the room, but holding that inner experience of the inner world and the higher self, the true self. As we close out our day, continue to hold that connection as much as possible. And even when starting the day tomorrow, try to connect with that experience as we start the day. Play with it, have fun. Thank you, and have a good night.